Had a chance, you might see it tomorrow morning as well, but Jupiter and Mars look like they're kissing. You'll see this really red, bright star and Jupiter right next to it. If you look east towards the rising sun, like probably an hour before sunrise. And it really brought in, so we have the full moon as well coming up, but it really brought in this energy of the Shambala warrior, the ability and the calling that we have to sit in the seat of our own heart and to really claim that place again. For me personally, I've been having to do a lot of inner child work, and the the beauty of, and that's that Leo energy that we're in. We have Leo and Aquarius, to be able to come home to the nectar of our own heart and to remember that part of us. It is said that the kingdom or the queendom opens to the heart of the child, not to the adult, meaning it opens to the magical innocent place that we have inside of our heart. And it's like this, some refer to it as the six-pointed star, as above, so below, as within, so without. So when I sit in that space and really first give voice and honor to the emotions that may still be here, and then allow myself to hold that, then I can radiate from that place. And it really felt that with the Jupiter and Mars conjunction right now. So Aquarius is, if Leo is the basically the sun, which is like that messiah or Christ, or the inner connection that we have to the Christos light, right? It's us. And then if we think of Aquarius as other children, or the greater web of life, and when they come together, that when I sit inside of my own inner temple and hold myself so that I can remember the way of the Garden of Eden. Eden is the garden of delight. It actually means orgasmic union. And so when I can come into my own orgasmic union by holding myself so tenderly, then I can open up to these to the ability to know that what I am alchemizing within myself, I am doing for the children of the earth, for all children, and that's Aquarius. And if you think of it as the symbol of it is the bearer of wisdom, it's it's called the water bearer, but the water that it's referring to is the cosmic mother. The water that it's referring to is going back to the cosmic womb, and that water, that Amrita, that divine nectar of the Milky Way, of the original divine love that is truly the truth of life, right? It is the glue that holds us together. When we can come back to that cosmic love of the Divine Mother moving through us, then may everything that I have experienced and everything that I am alchemizing return to the web of life and feed all children everywhere, so that we can come into a place of peace, not only within, but in our world. And that led me to, it was so interesting because I've been having all these processes and been studying deep into the mystical Kabbalah as well. But this prophecy came up, and I just wanted to start with that because I find it very potent for this time. And it's a Tibetan prophecy, and it's called the Shambala warrior. And I feel like we are in this time right now with everything happening. So just close your eyes and listen with your heart. It says, there comes a time when all life on earth is in danger. Although there is a waste of wealth and preparations to annihilate each other, they have much in common: weapons of unfathomable devastation and technologies that lay waste the world. It is now, when the future of all beings hangs by the frailest of threads, that the kingdom of Shambhala emerges. You cannot go there, for it is not a place. It exists in the hearts and minds of the Shambhala warriors. But you cannot recognize a Shambhala warrior by sight, for there is no uniform or insignia. There are no banners. And there are no barricades from which to threaten the enemy, for the Shambhala warriors have no land of their own. Always they move on the terrain. Now comes the time when great courage is required for the Shambhala warriors, moral and physical courage, for they must go into the very heart of the barbarian power and dismantle the weapons. To remove these weapons in every sense of the word, they must go into the corridors of power where the decisions are made. The Shambhala warriors know they can do this because the weapons are manomaya, mind made. And this is very important to remember. These weapons are made by the human mind, so they can be unmade by the human mind. The Shambhala warriors know that the dangers that threaten life on earth do not come from evil deities or extraterrestrial powers. They arise from our own choice and relationship. So now the Shambhala warriors must go into training. How do they train? They train in the use of two weapons, the weapon of compassion and insight. Both are necessary. We need the first one, lifting his right hand. This is in the talk, because it provides us the fuel. It moves us out to act on behalf of other beings. But by itself, it can burn us out. So we need the second one as well, which is insight into the dependent co-arising of all beings. It lets us see that the battle is not between good and bad, for the line between good and evil runs through every human heart. And we realize that we are all interconnected as in a web, and that each act with pure motivation affects the entire web, bringing consequences we cannot measure or even see. But inside alone, he said, can seem too cool to keep us going. So we need as well the heat of compassion, our openness to the world's pain. Both weapons are tools, are necessary for the Shambhala warrior. So compassion and insight. We sit in the compassion of our heart, and we have insight, we have wisdom to understand that we are all interconnected. That for me is this full moon that we're